Okay, happy Monday, everyone. My name is Amy Burkett, and I am so honored to welcome our fearless leader, Kathy Helwig. Kathy is an 8-star platinum, 6-star executive, and what that means is that she's helped thousands and thousands of people achieve their goals as far as health and wealth. She is an amazing mentor, and what I admire about her is her commitment to help me and each and every one of us be successful in living our dreams and in becoming better version of ourselves. And also, I love her commitment to personal development. She went from a soft-spoken, shy person to this, you know, bold, compassionate, powerful, trustworthy leader. So let's all welcome Kathy Helwig.
Thank you, Amy. That was really sweet. I'm going to make sure we've got everybody muted here. Did that work? We'll see. Okay. Anyway, so let me start by sharing an announcement. It's a big announcement. I already posted it on the business and health group. For the next 2 weeks, we have free shipping. But here's the catcher. You have to order BEA, the new BEA, and your order needs to be 135 BV or more. And this is good for new enrollments, for existing customers, for all of us. It can be on auto ship, so you'll get that free shipping automatically when you meet that criteria. But also, if you already have free shipping, like I've got free shipping because I paid for it for the year. If you do, then you get a $20 credit on your order. So it's a win-win. So if you haven't already ordered your BEA, get it ordered. I mean, I can't wait for mine to come. I'm hoping it comes by Wednesday. Because I'm going to be sharing it with a lot of people. And oh, by the way, it's not yet available in Canada. It's only available in the US and Puerto Rico. So get your BEA, get your B on. And also, I want you to check out the video that Lynn posted on the business group with Joshua Plant, where he talks about the BEA, and it's just great talking points. You know, I would take notes as you're watching it so that you really understand how it's different from anything out there as far as energy drinks. It's just superior. So tonight I'm going to be talking about 2 things. I'm going to talk about the top 3 income producing activities and personal growth. And so I've created a goal for myself to enroll at least 5 new people each month with a focus on the Forever Pack. And I'm also going to encourage each of them to include the BEA because we don't, you know, who wants to miss out on free shipping, right? But let me tell you the benefits of having a goal like that. 5 enrollments. And some of you already know this, some of you, this might be new news. But when you have 5 enrollments in 1 month, the company automatically gives you a coupon in your back office for free essential vitamins with Isagenesis. So right there, that's like $140 value by doing 5 enrollments. But also you've got higher BV, which equals higher cycles. You've got new potential for business builders out of those 5 new people. And I mean, it's a good goal to have. Kathy Coover on a leadership call last week said when she was building her network marketing businesses before Isagenix, she was enrolling 6 people a month without fail. She said, I did it like my life depended on it. And so I've taken that on. And actually in the past, I rarely didn't have 5 enrollments. And sometimes I don't, you know, we're not all perfect, right? But here's the key. My why is the key. You know, each of us has our own why. And that why statement needs to be in front of you all the time. And mine's on my calendar or on my computer. It's on my computer where I can see it every day. And actually, I'll share it with you. Actually, I'll just read it to you. My why is to live in comfort in our golden years, always growing and doing the things that we love with people on our terms. To live every day on purpose, changing lives and feeling fulfilled. To never worry about money and always have the freedom to seed into people and projects that the Lord leads us to. And so that why just jazzes me. It excites me. Yeah, I can really get behind that why. But it took me a while to really come to the why that really, you know, excites me. And so I really encourage you guys to really find what it is that would just light you up every day and have you in action. And in addition to being in action, it'll help you to be consistent with your income producing activities. So I'm going to go over some of those income producing activities. The top 3 that I've really been focusing on is, the first one is connecting every day. Now, most of my connections are either through Facebook or networking events. And like after going to a networking event last week, I have 2 one-on-ones scheduled this week and another one scheduled next week and possibly more. I'm friend requesting people every day. When I go to a networking event, I make sure that when I come home with their cards, they are friend requested. So, but the first thing I do, well, once they accept my friend request, I immediately respond with a message to them, thanking them for accepting me as their friend. And, but the first thing I want to do is I want to look at their profile and see if there's anything we have in common that I can comment about. And so I want to share with you one that I had last Friday, I think. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Because the exact thing that's supposed to happen happened. And so let me share it with you. So I friend requested this guy named Rick. Can you guys see this? It says, "Hello, Rick. Thanks for accepting my friend request." And I noticed on his profile that we have many of his friends were my family members. And I said, "How is it that you know so many of my family members and I haven't met you yet?" And he says, "Well, I think we had lunch in Colorado Springs, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Oh, yes. Well, it's great to connect. Have a blessed day." Well, then he wrote back and said, "Yes, I love your brother and your family is an inspiration. I am counting every day as a blessing as I just had open heart surgery to repair a bad valve. All good now, praise the Lord." Well, now, was this a big wide open door? Do you think? Of course it was. So I said, "Wow, I'll pray for you for full recovery." And then I thought about it and I thought, okay, how do I phrase this to walk through that open door? I said, "I don't know if you're aware of this, but I work with nutrition options backed by Nobel Prize winning research. Would you be open to taking a look at a way to support your healing and speed up recovery?" He says, "Absolutely. My goal is to have full recovery and get off of those drugs completely. I'm struggling, you know, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Well, the science of the system we call the Forever Pack is fascinating, and we're seeing amazing recovery results. For me, I feel more like I'm 40, not 66. Here's a 22-minute video to get a grasp for why it works." He said, "Great, I'll watch when I get home. Thanks." And so this morning, I hadn't heard back from him. So I wrote, "Hi, Rick. Hope you're feeling well. Did you get a chance to watch the video?" "Yes, I would like to discuss with you later this week." Okay, so that's exactly what I wanted to have happen. Let me stop sharing. So you see how easy that was? Now, have I done lots of messages? I've done 12 today, okay? I connected with 12 Facebook friends today. And out of that 12, that one responded, but it's not the only one. So, so you can see that inviting is an important step. It's an important income producing activity. So it's the number 2 top of the income producing activities. So as you're connecting, just look for those opportunities for you to invite them to take a look. And I'm telling you, it takes being bolder than you've probably been in the past. I know I'm feeling pretty bold these days. And you know, sometimes we're afraid of seeming pushy, but if you approach it from a place of caring, then that's how people will receive it, right? So then the third activity would be, which is the most important one, is the follow-up. Now, I don't know how many times it'll take to follow up with Rick, but I know I'm going to continue until he's got enough information to get started, or until he says no, one or the other. I'm not going to stop following up, and here's why. What are the statistics of how many times you need to follow up? 7 to 10 follow-ups it takes typically for you to get a yes. And that's a clue. You don't want to stop following up with people. And so many of us, and I've done this in the past, so many of us have stopped at 1 or 2 times of following up, thinking, oh, they're just not interested or whatever. Well, you know what? We don't know what's going on in their mind. We need to just follow up until they, you know, give us the heads up of what's going on. Now, in addition, follow-up doesn't have to be, well, actually, I wanted to show you one other thing that happened just in the afternoon today. And it's another share I did. This gal, can you guys see this? Sarah. I said, hello, Sarah, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Now, she was a current Facebook friend, right? But I'd never messaged her before. You can see it's the first time. And she responded with, hi, Kathy, things are okay, but could be worse nonetheless. Thank you for reaching out. It really means a lot. I hope your day is awesome as well. Well, did you hear the tone in her voice? Things aren't perfect, right? So I said, is there something I can pray for? And she said, just a financial miracle. Sean lost his job in June. We finally came to a point where I have no idea how or what to do. We both have jobs now, just the money isn't coming in fast enough. Humbling myself today and going to a food pantry today. So just a financial miracle. That's what she wanted prayer for. Is that an open door? Yes, it is. So I responded, absolutely, putting on my prayer list right now. Listen, would you be interested in a way to make additional income in your spare time from home? You can, while still working at your job. I'm building a team of people that are having great success. Look what she said. I literally prayed for something to just open part-time for me and my husband this morning. She was praying for it this morning, guys. So I invited her to a home party that we're having on Friday. And she said, yes. So, I mean, it was like I had an intention, and things started exploding as I just kept doing those income producing activities, right? So, but the other thing that I wanted to say is it doesn't happen just with prospects. You know, the follow-ups need to happen with your customers too. So I have a a customer who I knew hadn't ordered in quite some time, and I knew she was struggling when she first used Isagenix. She was getting headaches from the caffeine withdrawals and stuff like that, and I never heard from her after that, even though I would follow up with a text or whatever. And I just sent her a text, and I said, you know, I know you struggled before. What was it I said? Something about we've got a simpler way of doing, reaching goals. Would you be interested in learning more about it? She said, absolutely. And so I scheduled a call. We had a call about an hour ago, and she has a list of things that she's going to order, including Isagenesis and BEA. So, you know, there's just so much you can do if you set your mind to it and set the time for it, and do it like your life depends on it, because it does. So those are the top 3 things that you want to be doing every day. You want to decide how many connections you're going to make, how many invites are you going to have, how many follow-ups are you going to have as a result of that. And remember, our decisions are based on our desires. So you have to have that desire in place first. So get that why down, okay? So that also brings me to the importance of personal growth. Now, there are so many growth opportunities everywhere, you know, from books that you could be reading to great seminars to attend, Isagenix events like Isagenix University. I actually wish there were a lot more ISAUs. They just completed one this past weekend, and I heard lots of great Facebook posts about people who attended that just thought it was amazing. And it wasn't their first one. You know, they've been to them before. So, and I learned about an event here in Colorado Springs called Networking Riches, which is taking place in a couple of weeks. It's a 2-day event. It's costing me $47 to go to this 2-day event. And it'll really help me with my mindset, and I'll have an opportunity to meet other networkers. Another thing you can do is Millionaire Mindset. You know, there's just lots of opportunities. But I wanted to let Amy talk a little bit about something that she and her team did over the weekend, a personal growth course that they attended. So Amy, let's hear how that went with you and your team.
Wow, yeah. The last 3 days were just like incredible. So what happened is, you know, I've been attending other personal mastery workshops before. And so when I found out that we have Personal Mastery by Clemmer in Rohnert Park, so I invited some of the teammates to join me to do it. As you know, network marketing is personal development with a paycheck, right? So we always we have to continue to grow and grow and grow. And so 5 of us went, Nero and her husband, Nirosh, and then Margaret and Jim. And it was just incredible seeing each of us have our own breakthroughs. As you know, like it was part of a, you know, team, it was a great team building experience as well. But then as we know, the sum of the parts, you know, will build a better team if each of the parts also better themselves and grow themselves. So that's kind of like cool. So we did learn, you know, our communication styles, and that's really helpful as far as understanding, because you know how the team is just consists of various personalities. So we have to understand the motivation of each, what each one likes and dislikes, so that we can effectively communicate more. And that, of course, is also applicable to our prospects. If we know that they're more into the community, then you talk to, you know, Isagenix about the community. So they actually gave an example of like how, because there are 4 groups, you know, the controllers, the analysts, the promoters, as well as the supporters. And So they gave an example because they are, you know, their clients are mostly network marketers. So for instance, for the controllers, what you want to talk to them about is like, hey, you know, do you want to have your dreams to be able to do whatever you want to do with people you want to do with anytime, right? So it's more the money, the bottom line. And then for the promoters, it's like, hey, we have the best conventions. It's going to be fun. You know, join us. For the supporters, of course, it's like, yeah, you become, you know, part of this ISA family who's really positive, you know, a community. And of course, for the analyst is, yes, you know, the company has this history. Our products are backed by science. And here's the compensation plan. So depending on who your prospects are, you also, you know, are able to highlight more of what they would want to hear. So the other thing is, I think it's like we have a choice as far as how we react to events in our lives, and we can put meaning to it, whether it be a negative meaning or a positive meaning. So it's our choice, and it's really for us to be aware about that. We also have a choice as far as, you know, how we want to be of contribution, because sometimes it's like what we do is based on, you know, it doesn't have to be somebody to lose for us to win. It's really, you know, a challenge for us to create a win-win situation where we're making a difference in solving people's problems. So it was just an amazing, it's like, I'm so proud of seeing like Jim step out, Miro, Margaret, they each shared their, you know, their breakthroughs, even Niraj, your husband also. So it was cool. And they have great breakthroughs.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I heard on the call this morning with Dave MacArthur and Lenny Evans, Dave said, Lenny, what was it that you told me that was the definition of entrepreneur? Did anybody hear that? Lenny's response was, it's solving people's problems in exchange for profit. So, you know, that's a win-win, right? Mm-hmm. So, all right. Thank you, Amy. That was great. I'm so excited that you guys were able to do that. So as you can see, there are unlimited opportunities for personal growth. One of the best ones is to get out there and get outside of your comfort zone. You learn so many things about yourself when you're outside of your comfort zone. And it's really how I became successful was, and went from that meek, shy person who would not talk to strangers to the person who was willing to risk, you know, just to get outside my comfort zone and talk to people. And I'm doing that now in the safety of my computer. But it's still being bold, you know, and it's just amazing how much I was able to accomplish when I really set my mind to it. You can create any goal that you want and decide how many connections it's going to take to achieve that. So here's our call to action for the week. Decide what your goal is, okay? And what I mean by that is how many connections you're going to make, how many invitations you're going to create out of those connections. And remember, you want to make sure that the door is open for you to invite them to take a look. And that's why it's just going to take getting repetition with contacting people. Not too often, but just often enough to let them know, hey, just thinking about you, or just wanted to make sure that you're having an awesome day, right? You can do that on Facebook. You can do that with a text. You can do that with a phone call. So decide how many connections a day, how many invitations a day, and how many follow-ups a day that you're going to do. And then stick with it. So what I'd like you to do as your call to action is, once you've decided, and make sure that you do that in the next 24 hours, post your goal on the business group, okay, as a post. Now, some of you may feel stuck around this. And believe me, I've been stuck in this business. But I want you to reach out to me if you do feel that way, because I have a gift for getting people unstuck. Mostly because I've been there, right? And then also post what you're doing to grow yourself personally, whether it's a book or a video or an event, you know, or just doing the do, right? So those are two things I'd love for you to post. And I just want you to know, because I care, you know, it's important to me that you guys have success. I want this for you, but I can't want it more than you. So if I don't see that you posted something and I'm not hearing from you privately, then look out, because I might be contacting you. So I'm going to give you till Wednesday, and then I'm going to start looking to see who posted and who didn't. Anyway, so Amy, is there anything else you wanted to add before I close out the call?
I think, yeah, it's just, it's a continuous process. It's peeling the onion one layer at a time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just be aware of what's holding you back, the subconscious programs that are, you know, influencing how you perceive things and how you act. And hopefully everybody will have a breakthrough and be successful.
So I want to know, with a show of hands, how many people are willing to do the homework and post? Awesome. All right. Well, you guys have a beautiful evening, a fantastic week, and just know I love you, and have a great evening. Good night.
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 Bye, me.